This is the Barbados Today morning news for Tuesday, June 13. Thank you for joining us. I am Mary-Claire Williams. Finance Minister Chris Sinckler tells the National Union of Public Workers to choose between increased taxes or thousands of job cuts within the public service. Sinckler was responding to an ultimatum from the NUPW to reverse the tax increases announced in this year's budget or face industrial action. Union President Akani McDowell issued the threat on the heels of Sinckler's announcement of a 2% levy on foreign exchange transactions and a hike in the National Social Responsibility levy from 2 to 10%. But Sinckler argues that the alternative, job cuts, would do more harm than good, and he describes the union's position as ill-advised and unfortunate at this time. Meanwhile, the Barbados Renewable Energy Association is describing the rise in the National Social Responsibility levy as a significant exercise of fiscal desperation. And BRIA says the hike from 2 to 10%, plus the introduction of a 2% levy on foreign exchange transactions, is an indication that government is not treating the sector with any degree of urgency.
What this budget proposal really signifies to us is a concern that we've had for some time, that there's clearly a lack of ministerial cohesion in terms of the whole exploration of the development of the sustainable energy sector in this island. As far back as 2015, BRIA has been calling for a synchronized approach in terms of how could we facilitate this sector. What these budgetary proposals really represent to us is that, despite those calls, no serious thought has been given with respect to trying to ensure that there's that cohesion.
BRIA President Aidan Rogers says the renewable energy sector has been fighting for the last year and a half for a tariff mechanism to facilitate viable investments by businesses and consumers in the photovoltaic and small-scale wind sector. The FTC, he says, provided first feed-in tariff in July last year, but he is now questioning the usefulness of the tariff on the heels of the new budget.
With these new budgetary proposals, that rate is now virtually rendered useless because the rationale and the basis on which that rate was determined will now be fundamentally changed going forward from the 1st of July, because such photovoltaic systems, such wind systems, apart from a labor component, all rely on imported goods and components. So whereas installers were struggling to attract persons to make an investment in this sector, the likelihood of persons now being attracted to make investments in that sector is now made more difficult.
In other news this morning, the 15-year-old female Lester Vaughan student who was remanded to the Government Industrial School last Thursday in connection with last month's beating of another student has been granted bail. The teenager appeared in the District D Magistrates Court yesterday. Magistrate Ian Weeks granted $500 bail with one surety to the teen who pleaded guilty to assault occasioning actual bodily harm. As part of her bail conditions, she's been placed on a 5 p.m. to 6 a.m. curfew and is due back in court on August 10. 8 other students have been charged in the incident. Barbadian actress and director Alison Seeley-Smith has slammed as a blatant lie reports in a little-known online publication that she has publicly revealed in a Bombshell World Executive that she is HIV positive. Seeley-Smith posted a brief statement on her Facebook page denying the report in Houston News. It appears to be an online tabloid which has no information on its homepage about the publication, except that the site was copyrighted in 2015. In the post, Seeley-Smith says the article is untrue. And she said, "I admire those who speak publicly about their HIV status, but I am not HIV positive." She added that she does not know this media house and does not know why they or anyone would publish a blatant lie that has the potential to seriously disturb and upset her family and friends.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Morning, Miss Oya.
Morning. You again. So you're washing cars now? I can't keep up with you at all.
Yes, girl, you know they've got provision to sell in slow. And I don't sell nation newspapers at all because them don't sell. So I washing cars now. I like to get up before 8:30 because I can't take the hot sun. You want the car wash?
No, not today. It clean.
But you're going in very early though?
Yeah, I just going early so I can read the Barbados Today online before work starts.
Right. But you can still let me clean the vendor for the $2. At least it's still cheaper than the nation newspaper.
All right.
I got a special boo here that I got it shining. Thank you. Enjoy your day here.
You too.
All right. What that paper is? She can see clearly when the dirt is gone.
The Barbados Today, news you can trust.
Thank you for staying with us. We're back now with news from the region, and we go to St. Lucia, where authorities there are clamping down on cyber porn in the wake of the circulation of several such videos. We get the details from HTS News Force in Castries.
Social media and instant messaging platforms were abuzz last week when 3 videos surfaced of a group of male individuals coercing a young woman to perform sexual acts. Although police have explained the illegality involved in circulation of the videos, public pressure has pointed to the need to take action against the individual who originally distributed the images. Senator Francis said 2 weeks ago that he has been in contact with his counterpart in Jamaica with a view to assess the capacity of St. Lucia's cybercrime lab. Monday, he explained that the intention is to nip occurrences like these in the bud.
Jamaica has a very good cybercrime lab. Impacts have decided that we're going to do courses. RSS is going to be doing courses, but I don't think that I can wait, based on the proliferation of what we've been seeing, that as soon as the budget has been passed, we are going to be sending a team, Jamaica is going to be sending a team down here to look at how we can implement our cybercrime lab.
Now, last week's string of videos were followed up by a Facebook Live post by one of the males involved, attempting to explain the acts depicted in the video. The over 20-minute rant was not well received by viewers, who criticized the explanation as contradictory, dim-witted, offensive, and laced with swear words and major grammatical errors.
And finally, Qatar is asking the United Nations Aviation Agency to intervene in an airspace rights dispute with 3 Gulf states. Qatar has written to the International Civil Aviation Organizations Council in an effort to resolve the dispute. This comes after Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and Bahrain closed their airspace to Qatari flights. A source familiar with the issue said the Gulf state will ask the Council to resolve the conflict using a dispute resolution mechanism under the 1944 Chicago Convention, which is overseen by the organization. The source spoke on condition of anonymity as council business is discussed in private. And that's news this morning. Remember, you can get more on our website, www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, and like us on Facebook. You can find us on Izumi Media in bus terminals and Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. We're also on Mix 96.9 FM. I am Marie Claire Williams. Have a good morning.